me, this is why it's so cool to think about, like, as we said, that DX is running WWE now. And it's because, like, they understand talent, and it's to me, I think that's why their perspective is so important, because, you know, we criticize things that Vince did, obviously, and most of it is warranted, but that is because he never had the brain of a professional wrestler. It was always of a booker, of a company owner. And it's like, obviously you have to have that aspect too, but when that is the only way you view things, it's problematic. And that's what we say with, like, Tony Khan. Like, a criticism of Tony is he, like, grew up a fan, and so it's very difficult for him to, like, separate that out sometimes with the way he puts shows together or how he conducts himself, in person, online, whatever. It's like he can't let go of that fandom, and that's a problem. And so I think for Triple H, other than the fact that he is, of course, the CEO's son-in-law, and was groomed for years to get into this position, or what you thought would eventually be this position, I think that the professional wrestling side of his brain is what's making the show so much better. And the fact that he lived through arguably the best era of WWE, the Attitude Era. Like,
he knows how to get it back. Absolutely.
I've noticed too, because of how many backstage segments we're having, and how many women are being featured, and just how much longer the matches are and the storylines are better. It's feeling so much more like Attitude Era to me, because the backstage segments make sense, you know,
Yes, that's huge.
and they're incorporating it so much more to, like, further push storylines, and it's not just whatever's happening in the ring is what the story is. So to me, I was getting that impression, especially last night, because there was so much happening in the ring, around the ring, in the back, in the locker room, doing whatever. And I was like, they are just doing a phenomenal job right now.
They're highlighting everyone, you know, just because, I'll give an example, just because the New Day or Tozawa didn't have a match last night, they still got on TV. You know, you had
and it made sense.
And it absolutely made sense. You had the other tag teams in the division, who the men's, you had the women have a match, but the men weren't on it. They get a backstage segment, then you tease a match for next week, so then you get people who are interested to watch and plan for next week. So it's very well done.
Yeah.
To the point where you're always having something in the back. There's always something moving forward. And that's the Triple H brain that you've alluded to of a professional wrestler. You know, you have that continuity in the back of your head at all times, because that's what wrestling should be. It should all make sense at the end of the day. Nothing should be done for no reason or on accident.
Well, because it's like, it's so hard to explain too, because being a professional wrestler, obviously, especially at the age that Triple H is, he grew up a fan, you know, and some might say during some of the best years of wrestling, you know, 80s, 90s, 2000s.
Formative years, yeah.
So not only does he have the fan brain, but he has the understanding of what it's like to be a wrestler, and to hustle, and to work, and to train, and do whatever it takes to be on television. But he then understands what it's like to be a fan, and what people want to see. And because he was on TV, like, he also understands the psychology and stuff in the ring, but also the psychology and mentality of fans, and what they want to see and what they appreciate. Like, he was able to stand by for so many years and listen to what they were saying. So it feels like everything that you could possibly want in a guy that's running a wrestling company, Triple H has it. And it took him maybe a little bit to get there, but it's the same argument that we said about Shawn Michaels when he first took over NXT. Like, he wasn't just going to come in there and just make it into an A show immediately. No. And I think that is something that people kind of forgot when it came to Triple H, is they didn't really give him the growing pains. Like, give him some grace to kind of, like, try and figure it out. And I feel like he's hit his stride. Like, it's perfect timing, because we're getting into Rumble season, then we're getting into Mania 40. Like, it just feels like everything is going according to plan. You know what I mean?